All right, let's take a trip together, shall we? We're heading to the heart of Portugal, to a place of rugged mountains, and you might be surprised, some of the most elegant wine you'll ever taste. This is Down, one of the country's most historic regions, where it really feels like the landscape itself gets poured into every single bottle. I just love this quote because it really gets to the heart of what we're doing today. This isn't just about memorizing facts and grapes, right? We're diving into the magic of a place where history, nature, and pure artistry come together to make something really special. So here's our game plan for uncorking the secrets of Tao. First up, we'll check out the incredible landscape, the magic mountain. Then we'll dig into the granite soil and meet the star grapes of the region. After that, the best part, we'll talk about tasting the wines. And finally, we'll take a little trip through time and see where Tao has been and where it's headed. To really get Tao wine, you absolutely have to start with the land. Just picture this. It's like a huge natural amphitheater, completely hugged by these massive mountain ranges. We're talking about the Serra da Estrela, Portugal's highest peak. And this setup isn't just for pretty pictures. It creates this perfectly protected little world for the vines to grow in. It's a place that's full of these beautiful contradictions. You've got this ancient, almost primal landscape, all granite and winding rivers, where people have been making wine for centuries. But then, right on that same ancient soil, you have a whole new generation of winemakers pushing the boundaries with brand new ideas. It's awesome. So what is it that actually gives Dao wines that unique character, that signature taste? Well, it all pretty much boils down to three key things that make up its identity: the land itself, the specific climate, and of course, the superstar grapes that just love it there. And these three things work together perfectly. First, those mountains we talked about, they're like giant bodyguards, shielding the vineyards from the cold, wet winds blowing in from the Atlantic. Then you've got the granite soil. Now, you'd think rich soil is what you want, right? But here, the fact that it's poor is actually a good thing. It makes the vines struggle, forcing them to send roots super deep. And that struggle, that's where the magic happens. It creates smaller grapes with incredibly concentrated flavor. That's the secret to Dao's elegance. And here is the region's secret weapon. It's this huge temperature swing between day and night. The warm, sunny days are like hitting the gas pedal on ripeness, building up all those delicious sugars. But then, when the sun goes down, the cool mountain nights slam on the brakes. This preserves all the natural acidity and keeps the wine fresh and vibrant. This daily dance is what gives you the absolute best of both worlds: ripe fruit and electric energy. Okay, time to meet the local celebrities, and we have to start with the undisputed queen of Dao's white grapes, and Cruzado. This isn't just any grape, it's truly noble. It makes these stunningly complex white wines. Think zesty citrus, white flowers, and this amazing stony mineral feel. But you know what's really cool? These wines can age like you wouldn't believe, developing these gorgeous honey and nutty notes over time. And for the reds, well, here's the soul of Down: Touriga Nacional. Now, this grape is a big deal all over Portugal, but in Down, it shows a different side of itself. It's more elegant, more aromatic. You get these deep, dark fruit flavors, but also its signature calling card, this beautiful scent of violets. These are serious, structured wines that are absolutely built for the long haul. So we've been out in the vineyard, we've talked about the dirt and the grapes. Let's get to what really matters. What can you expect when you actually pour a Dao wine into your glass? What are the key flavors and styles you should be looking for? This is a fantastic little snapshot. And the first thing that should jump out at you is that high potential for aging on both sides. That's a huge hallmark of Dao's quality. For the reds, it's all about that beautiful tightrope walk between dark fruit, spice, and these tannins that are firm but also super elegant. For the whites, it's that vibrant acidity and that stony mineral character that make them so incredibly refreshing and complex. And of course, you can't talk about wine without talking about food, right? The saying, "what grows together goes together," is so true here. First, that intense, creamy sheep's milk cheese from the Serra da Estrela Mountains. Oh man, it's a classic pairing with a structured down red. Then you have traditional roasted goat, which is just fantastic with a red that has a bit softer tannins. And for Portugal's famous salt cod, bacalhau, a crisp, mineral-driven encruzado is an absolutely perfect match. Now, Dio is not some new kid on the block. Its story goes back centuries. But what makes it so exciting today is how it honors that deep history while at the same time, it's totally embracing the future. There's a true renaissance happening there right now, led by a new generation of winemakers. And if you're going to remember just one date from this whole thing, make it this one, 1908. This year was a massive turning point, a pivotal moment that didn't just redefine this one region, but honestly, it changed the whole story of Portuguese wine. I mean, it's wild to think that people have been making wine here since the Roman era. But in 1908, that's when things got serious. That's when Down was officially demarcated, which basically means its borders and quality standards were set in stone. It became Portugal's very first top-tier region for non-fortified, or, regular still wines. And today, we're living through another one of those landmark moments, a modern renaissance pushing quality even higher. So, what's next for Dow? Look, it's not all a walk in the park. They're facing the same things every great wine region is: climate change, a very crowded global market, but they have a clear strategy. They know their wines are unique and high quality, and there's a huge opportunity to get them more recognition. And they're doing it the right way, by leaning into sustainable farming and smartly using new technology to make their traditions even better. Which really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? You have this place with ancient roots and this vibrant, innovative spirit. It has the perfect landscape, the right grapes, and the vision. So the question isn't just about what Dow is, but what it's becoming. Could this magical mountain actually hold the key to the future of Portuguese wine? It's something to think about the next time you open a bottle. Thanks for joining me on this one.